Welcome to another episode on our channel, Friends of Christ. Today, we'll be diving into one of the most powerful spiritual practices of Lent. This spiritual practice is called fasting. Have you ever wondered why the church encourages fasting during this sacred season? In this video, I'll share 5 compelling reasons why you should fast this Lent and how it can transform your spiritual life. Let's begin. The first and most important reason to fast is that Jesus himself fasted. In Matthew 4:2, we read, "After fasting 40 days and 40 nights, he was hungry. If our Lord fasted as he prepared for his mission, then surely, as his followers, we should also embrace fasting as a way to grow closer to him. By fasting, we walk in his footsteps and prepare our hearts for his resurrection at Easter." The second reason why you should fast is that fasting deepens your prayer life. Fasting isn't just about giving up food, it's about enhancing our prayer life. When we deny ourselves physical comfort, we open our hearts to spiritual nourishment. Have you ever noticed that when you fast, your prayers feel more intense and focused? That's because fasting disciplines the body and sharpens the soul, making us more receptive to God's voice. In fact, Jesus tells us in Mark 9:29 that certain spiritual battles can only be won through prayer and fasting. The third reason why you should fast is to offer sacrifice for others. Lent is a season of sacrifice, and fasting allows us to offer up our suffering for others. When you feel hunger, instead of focusing on discomfort, use that moment to pray for a friend in need, the sick, or those suffering in the world. The Catechism of the Catholic Church CCC 1434 teaches that fasting, along with prayer and almsgiving, helps us grow in holiness and charity. Imagine how powerful it is when we fast not just for ourselves, but for others. The fourth reason why you should fast is for self-control and discipline. In a world full of distractions, fasting teaches us self-control and discipline. It reminds us that we are not slaves to our desires, but that we are called to master them. Fasting helps us say no to sin and yes to God. St. Paul tells us in 1 Corinthians 9:27, "I discipline thy body and bring it into subjection." This discipline gained through fasting can help us resist temptations in other areas of life, whether it's impatience, gossip, or selfishness. The fifth reason why you should fast is to detach yourself from worldly pleasure. Finally, fasting helps us to detach from the world and focus on what truly matters: our relationship with God. So often, we become distracted by social media, entertainment, and material things. But when we fast, we realize that true fulfillment comes not from food or comfort, but from God alone. As Jesus said in Matthew 4:4, "Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that comes from the mouth of God." Lent is a time to rediscover this truth. So, dear friends, these are 5 powerful reasons why you should fast this Lent. Remember, fasting is not just a tradition, it's a path to deeper faith, stronger discipline, and closer intimacy with God. Are you ready to embrace this challenge? If so, let me know in the comments how you plan to fast this Lent. Also, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Friends of Christ, and share this message with others. May your Lent be blessed and fruitful. See you in the next video.